Hey there, everybody. Welcome to this part of the course. All right, this is the third part. Let's do it. All right, so we've already made 2 elements. And we're going to make, well, a few more sushi pieces. That way we can have some variety. You want variety with your sushi, man. Maybe some glasses, a jug, maybe like a plate with some sauce right at the end of this. All right, we'll do that at the end. Let's continue one of like the more traditional sushi pieces. This one will be cylindrical. So we're going to make like a tube to make it. We're going to make a cylinder. Okay, like a tube like this. Just like before, we're going to scale it more or less to the size that you think a sushi should look like. At the end, we can adjust it however you need to. Okay, no problem. Let's put this tube here. We'll make the interior part bigger. And we'll keep scaling, to like the same size as the others as well. You want your sushi to be kind of equal. With this button, we can make it like taller. All right, this is good. So the exterior part is going to be like the seaweed. So it can't be too big, can't be too fat. All right, like this will be good. All right, this is good. Okay, like that. Okay, so now we're going to make another cylinder that we'll put inside this element that we've just made. We're going to go to the top view. Okay, we're going to scale around here. If any of the elements are bothering you, hide them with these buttons here, just like with your problems. All right, just like your problems. We can hide them with this button here. All right, we're going to join the element, okay? Let's see. The cylinder has to be a little smaller than the seaweed we just made. Okay. All right. Now from here, we can scale like that. All of this that we're making will later be useful for some other elements too, okay? We could have done this in another way. All right, just cut in the middle and extrude this part that's below. But anyway, we're going to do it like this because it's going to be useful when we do the other sushi as well, okay? We're going to use it. Recycling's good. All right, perfect. We're going to make the element editable, all right? But before that, remember that in caps, we can select the number of segments that it's going to have, okay? We can select if it's going to have or not. In this case, we want it to have segments. So we're going to give it like 5 segments. All right, now we can make it editable. Okay, so now select these points, and with the loop selection tool, all right, from here, select loop selection, select the points to bring up all of the base. We want it all up. We want it all the way up. Let's bring it up. Sorry. All right, we have to select this point in the middle as well. Okay, like this. It's complicated. This is complicated, guys. It's difficult. Like that. Just be patient with your sushi, you know? You'll eat it later, but first, you gotta be patient. Okay. So with this, we have the base. Okay. We're gonna, if now we clip at the bottom, when we put in the subdivision surface, this part won't soften out too much. We'll make a clip here and another one here. Now, with the alt button held, we're going to put it into this element. We're going to put this element into the subdivision surface. All right, so as you know, you can pull down that subdivision a lot because we don't need that much, okay? You can just put 1, okay? Just put 1, like that. All right, you're going to leave this part like this, okay? What we're going to do is going to make it a little bit thinner. Like that, okay? All right. So, one very important thing, don't forget your spices and herbs, all right? We're going to put some spices and herbs on top. And to do this, we'll simply make a sphere. We're just going to scale it with the control key. And we're going to put them on top. We're just going to go positioning them. All right, 1 here. All right. We're going to duplicate them with the control button. Put them, just like position them around. And let's just collect like, let's just like position like 5 or 6. 5 or 6 will be enough. You don't want too much spice. Too much spice is too bad, as well as too little. Okay. So what we'll do before is to select a few polygons, because when we're ready for painting it, we want it to be ready. Although we're not going to paint now, we can do this now. Okay, before we do this, we have to determine that this element, we want it to be in this level of subdivision. Okay, to do this, we have to click here, and that way we transform the element in this level of subdivision. And now we can select this part here with the shift held, this other part here. Okay, now we're going to go to select and use set selection. With this, we're going to make a little triangle show up that will basically let us paint the part that's not in yellow as one color and the part that is in yellow in another. That way we can paint one same object with different colors or materials, instead of doing it with multiple objects. For now, we're going to leave it like this because we don't want to color it right now. Now we can do the same thing with these parts here, the crab's legs. There's delicious, delicious crab legs. Can't beat them. I'm going to paint this part, this one here, and select set selection. Okay. Okay. So now let's get this element right here, this sushi that we made, and we're going to duplicate just the seaweed part, so that way we can take advantage of this base to make another sushi, another piece of sushi. Okay, we'll put it here more or less like that. And we're going to make it quite a bit fatter, quite a bit bigger. And now let's copy this same element again. Control C, Control V, okay? Control C, Control V, and we'll make another layer. Sorry. Like that. And this will be the seaweed part, okay? Okay. Just, more or less like this. And now, just as before, we're going to put in another cylinder that's going to go in the central part. Okay, like that, perfect. I did it really quickly. Now let's get a cube. As you can see, we always work with very simple, primitive shapes. Don't worry about it. And now we're going to make the pieces of meat or veggies that these sushis can have on top. Like that, okay? Like that. More or less. We don't want it to, come off the top. And now with patience, With patience, we're going to fill in this space with these elements. To understand how it's done with a cloner, we just have to put this cube in the mole graph and mark the cloner option. So let's put the cube in the cloner, and here in the cloner, we want it right here. So in the cloner, we have an object, the options for the mode that we'll use. In this case, we want to mark the grid array options. And here we can determine the quantity of elements in each of the planes, okay? 8, 1, 6. And here, for example, we can lower the distance between them. We don't need to do that here because we don't want to touch this one, okay? All right. This is how you create sushi in real life, guys. This is exactly the same way. A lot of patience, a lot of waiting involved, okay? It's a mastery. So I think we don't need that many. I think with, I don't know, 11 or 12 of these little squirrels, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be enough. All right, let's get this. And now we can like make it so these elements are just the instances. This means that when we're creating copies, it's going to make the render much, much less heavy. It's like clones, but they're just like copies, okay? In the same way, we're going to transform everything into an editable object to be able to modify all these instances. As you can see, now we've created the instances of the cube. All right. Now, we can get rid of the elements that bother us or stand out. Remember that. Hide your problems, guys. Just like that. Okay. Like that. Good. And like I say, like if we use like, I don't know, 12, it should be okay. It's going to be good. If we eliminate the main cube, all of these instances are going to disappear. So it's important to not erase that. All right, let's start putting all these elements in their position, in the correct position. Okay, remember that you can also get the original cube, put it into a subdivision surface, so so that way we can soften the angles of the element. In this case, we're going to eliminate all of the instances, and we're gonna like, before we make it an editable option, we're gonna apply some clips to this cube. All right, just a few clips, one in the middle, and another one in the middle. We're gonna get what we're looking for. Just a few clips. Now we have to put this in a subdivision surface, and we're gonna do this by hand. Okay, just like that. It's not too much. And this way we can do everything in like a controlled way. All right. Just do it like this. We'll make this a bit bigger with patience, guys, okay? We're going to fill in this space. All right. Sushi just requires patience, man. Like, have you seen those guys make sushis? It's difficult. It really is. It's hard. Take your time. All right. So now this is finished. All right, so now we're going to get everything here, and we're going to put it inside just one null object, so we can classify it right. Okay. And this one, okay, we're going to make this one a little bit thinner, right? Less tall, smaller also. All right, like this. I like this, like this. All right, let's make the last of the sushi pieces now, before we make any other elements. Let's make another cube. All right, and we're going to scale it. Check that out. And this is going to be like a piece of like a mass, all right, with like a salmon on top. All right. We have the shape here. And before we make it editable, we're just going to like apply some clips. For example, like 2, 2, and 3. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We'll make it editable. And now let's put it into the subdivision surface. Okay? Now, we can get the different points activating the soft selection option. All right, like I said before, to deform the geometry. We're going to use this to deform the geometry so it's not all the same looking. All right, we want to change that. This isn't Blade Runner. We don't want all our sushi to look the same. All right? It's like a dystopian universe thing. We don't want that. Okay. Here we can like make the shape in different ways. We could even go to the Sculpt Module. And without going into too many details, we can get this element, and using the brush graph, we can modify. Okay, we can modify the geometry. This geometry right here. Here we have the size, and we can modify this. The Sculpt Module is the closest thing to the ZBrush in Cinema 4D. And another occasion, we're going to talk about this module, but for now, this is going to work. When we have this finished, we're going to go and make another cube. All right. And that's going to be the salmon that goes on top of this like mass that we've made, okay? All right, let's add some clips on the Z. 6 will be enough. Now, just like before, we'll make this object editable. As we've done before, we're going to select the points on the corners. Remember to demark soft selection to scale them. No, more or less like this, okay? Okay, so now let's get this element, and we're going to apply a deformer to it to give it that curve that it has. To do this, we're going to go to the bend option, okay, to make like an arch. We'll make a small arch, like this. And now from here, from this point here, we can move this. Nothing's happening right now because the arch isn't inside the cube, all right? Now we have to put the arch into the cube, and now we can see that we give it some fortitude. It moves this element with the arch, okay? In this case, the shape, you don't want it like this, okay? We're going to get this element, and we're going to turn it 90 degrees. So that now it makes this shape, okay? You can see? All right, let's get the cube. Sorry, I mean the arch. And we're going to scale it like this, so we give it the shape. A little bit smaller. And we can position it. It's done. if you think the effect is a little bit too exaggerated, just lower the strength. Okay, you can do whatever you want with this. Remember that. Like that, okay? Now, we'll put this cube in a subdivision surface. All right, like that. So with the bend, what we've done is we've made like an arch shape, okay? Like an arch shape. All right, now let's just finish modifying what we're doing. We'll make it a bit wider. Okay. So we're going to eliminate this shape just for a second, and we'll make another thing quickly. To do this, we'll just use the sphere, okay? It's be easy. Get the sphere, and let's rotate it 90 degrees, scale it, and we're going to place it here. We're going to keep scaling it. And now we can make it editable. All right, we're going to stretch it like this a bit, okay? All right, just like that. This is how real Japanese people make their sushi, guys. Don't let anybody tell you differently. It's done on a computer. Okay. So now we could hide the board. And in the Sculpt module, well, we can modify all of this. All right, select the sphere and get the graph brush to start flattening the area. Okay. Before we could have activated the subdivision surface to see what it would look like. Okay, let's go back because we don't want this. And with the graph brush, a pretty big graph brush, we can flatten this part, okay? Little by little, guys. Patience is required. As I've said, we can put it in the subdivision surface, and we can even like modify it better, okay? All right, little by little, okay? Okay. Like that. I don't know, like, what is my favorite sushi place? I guess that's a good question while I'm doing this. I don't really know. I'll think about it. I'm kind of busy right now, though, so I'll let you know in a minute. And now we're just accommodating the top salmon here, more or less like this, okay? All right, perfect. And then we have another sushi done. All right, now let's bring down the subdivision level to 1, and in the editor, we'll leave it at 1. Okay, so now we have all the pieces created. We're just going to finish up by making some more elements, and then in the next video, we're going to add in some colors and maybe some textures, okay? But we'll leave this one here, okay, guys? So I'll see you guys later. Bye!